like, you know, if you're not a spiritual person, you're not on a path, the karmic repercussions of you lying or manipulating or something isn't as great as somebody that's been practicing yoga for 15 years. And then when they screw up, like, you'll get sick or body manifestations or something screwed up will happen in your life. And it happens like that on higher, you know, if there's an entity that we would consider a god or something like that, when they screw up, it's probably even, you know, it feels like a ever increasing video game difficulty level, I guess, as you go up. And so the penalty stuff increase, and not the penalties, but the you know, karma is the way that you learn. And so as you become more advanced, then the lessons get harder.
And consequently, the ability to be trapped and not to move beyond that plane, to think that level, let's say, that difficulty level, you know, in video game terminology, is the end goal.
Yeah.
And to be confused and not to know that there's better and greater stuff beyond it. That's the
better and great. It's like, what's all that even mean? There's not any time, and we started from there, and here we are on purpose, and so there's this rush to get back to it, and it's like, if you get back to it, then all of a sudden you are everything again. But I don't think it's bad. It's just, you know, it's the game that we chose to play, right? It's you know, it wants to be dramatic, so I don't. I think I might change my mind later, but like when yoga teachers and like warn you about falling and stuff, and it's like, what on earth does that mean in eternity? What, you know?
Yeah.
It depends on the greater conception of time, because I feel like you have that greater time corresponds to greater mind, and that if you're not aware of the ability to move beyond those two forces. When we talk about wars on the astral plane, that's because time is still there. It's just in a qualitatively different form or whatever. And that eventually ceases when there's complete union, or how the mystics say there's annihilation in the one or the divine. And on that level, or whatever you want to say. So I think that's where the danger can come, is that you can still be not make it to eternity, you know, that you can mistake greater qualitative time for that eternal realm. And it's like, how do you I mean, it gets very difficult to speak about these things at a certain point, but it's like, how do you know, just because something is going on for a very long time?
You know,
and
I don't even think this is level one. I mean, according to Steiner, the physical plane was the last thing to be created. So maybe it was easier to create all that stuff, the other higher realms. And we're kind of like involving, and the real levels will be us mastering the plane, the physical plane, then the astral plane. We're coming back, God, you know.
Yeah.
Have you guys read they actually made a model of the raw material stuff?
Raw?
That New Age channeling, raw material.
Oh, okay.
You get into the astral realms, and then once you get up to like 8, and you're the 8th level of the astral plane, you coalesce back into what you would consider God, but that just starts you back on level 1 as God. Then you recreate a new universe. So like, our God is just a speck. What we call God is the one speck of matter in a universe higher than us, sort of.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Which sort of lines up with Nassim Haramein's thing of everything singularity, you know. So if God is the singularity, then that singularity of our universe would be the start of another level up.
Someone that you actually think has been and seen and looked around and has gone beyond the beyond, and can come down and say, this is how it is, and I'm going to help you out. Because if I don't, you might end up getting lost, and you might end up mistaking and thinking.
That's why I like Zen a lot. It's very direct. They're basically like, look, just realize the source. I don't care if Mary is standing in front of you and the archetypes are like dancing around you. Just sit. and they act like that all the time, and I love it. It's so funny, but it's very powerful. It's that complete stillness. Shinzen Young says it's treating the extraordinary ordinarily, so you can treat the ordinary extraordinarily. I like that.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good reversal. Yeah, and that's an important thing because they say the figures that manifest on the astral plane can be immensely beautiful, and the attraction to those figures and forms. If we think that things are beautiful on this level, say higher up, it gets a lot more beautiful, and the ability to be attached there, to be attracted to those things, gets dangerous at a certain point. If you don't want to move beyond them and look to pierce that veil, look through them and to get to source, in a sense.
You know, if you want to break the game, I guess, you know.
Yeah, if you want to, or else just have some fun.
I don't think we really want to that bad, or we wouldn't be here.
Well, that may be our mistake.
I read this awesome trip on a guy that was taken, I think he was on acid, and he like met God, and God was like really pissed, and he's like, shit, you figured out, you broke it, now I gotta go and create an entirely other universe again just to like pass another 17 billion years, way to go.
Making this conversation more mainstream, whatever it does, whether it helps, it can't hurt, you know what I mean? Like, it's good for this sort of thing to maybe compete with reality TV, for instance, which is like really seductive.
Right. I think the largest thing, you know how you focused on personal practice, and to be honest, like, I think this thing helps us more than anybody that would watch it, to be honest, and then that helps the people around us, because I honestly do feel the
love.
You know, our consciousness level is infectious, you know, and so the degree to which you inhabit the ideas that we're talking about, and the degree to which you live those things, is the degree to which you can infect the people around you. And so, like, as we form these networks and support things, it becomes much easier to walk the walk instead of just talking the talk, because, you know, you don't want to be bullshitting people, you know. And it's and I think that's the big thing of having the YouTube and all that. It's not so much to spread these ideas to new people that haven't been introduced to them, but to solidify the ideas in the people that already are doing it.
Yeah,
and causing a real change. You should probably edit this down to the key points, or nobody's gonna watch any of it.